Good morning everyone and welcome for today's session. In previous session we were discussing about the difference between industrial market, industrial buying and consumer buying. Now today we will start with the various stages or the process of industrial buying behavior. Now as we have already discussed that the industrial buying and the consumer buying both are altogether a different thing, and hence the process of consumer buying and industrial buying are also differing. So now let us start with the industrial buying process. The first is problem recognition. Similar to consumer market, here the industrial buyers are also firstly recognize the problem for which they need certain goods. Now this buying process is start when the company recognize any problem or they identify some need that need to be met by providing goods and services. Now need identification, again same as consumer market, can be done through internal or external stimulus, that is internal and external forces. This may lead to identification of certain need. Now the internal forces may be like a company want to develop a new product, or company want to acquire a new equipment, new machineries or material, or due to failure of any machine, breakdown of any machine, or due to accident the machine now no more remains in a workable condition. So thus this type of problems or this type of events lead to identification of new machineries or equipment or component, etc. And from here the need arises. So from these are the internal forces which ultimately force the company to go for new buying, as well as there are some external forces also which motivate for company to buy some new product or new material, new component, new machines, etc. This external factor may be a buyer get an idea from a trade show or trade fair. There are many industrial fair, industrial exhibition taking place on nowadays on daily basis, or even in a monthly there are one or two industrial fair exhibitions are there. After visiting this industrial fair, the person may get some new ideas, or he may have seen some new type of advertisement, or he may have received some email or query through social media from customers, and this has triggered identification of new demand, or salesperson which are directly interacting with the customers have received the feedback from customers, so and many others also. So these are the few external stimulus, external forces, they may lead for a company to identification of some need, and this need will ultimately should be addressed by company. It will ultimately lead to the new buying process. Now once the company have identified that these are the need, then that need to be formulated in the form of new description. So the second stage is general need description. So after determining that a company needs some new machines or material, etc., now it is a task to standardize those items in those things in a descriptive format. Now say for example, if company need new machine due to any breakdown, now what type of machine they need, what is the capacity to what type of capacity of machine that company need, whether company need fully automatic machine or company need a machine which is in a certain parts, etc. So now company need to detail the description of the product or goods or services or machineries, equipment, material, etc., whatever they need, in a descriptive format, so that a buying behavior can become easy. Sometimes this description may be very short, as the product that company need are very simple in nature, whereas sometimes the product can be very complex and need a lengthy and a detailed description of what exactly company need. Ultimately, this will help the buyer to take a quick decision when the company goes to identification, finding the buyer. Now, the next is the product specification. General description of need and product specification both are almost similar. After describing the product, after describing the what company need, it comes product specification, that is specifying that this exact type of product we need. And for product specification, company may go for product value analysis, that is company may identify using this method that whether a new description or new design in the product will ultimately lead to reduction in the cost or not. So it is one of the approach to reduce the cost. There is no any kind of compulsion that company always go for product value analysis method, but many giant organization may prefer product value analysis so that they can substantially reduce their cost. Then the next point comes is suppliers search. After the detailed description and product specification company has made, now it is a task for organization to identify such suppliers which can supply goods as per our specification and description, and hence the next task is start with the search of the suppliers. This supplier search the information regarding suppliers. The appropriate suppliers can be obtained through trade dictionaries, trade dictionaries or the dictionaries available with the various association which are working at local level. Say for example, Vapi Industrial Association has the diary of their members. So if I need something, then I can go through with the diary and identify which are the suppliers providing this type of product. So such trade dictionaries. Then contact with the other companies. If any other companies producing similar type of product and I am knowing them, then I can contact them and identify this type of machines or material will be available from where. Then trade advertisement, trade show, visiting exhibition and trade fair from internet. Nowadays internet become a very huge source for supplier search, etc. So from these all sources company may get the information regarding suppliers, and now from these suppliers company may ask for various details, like company may ask for catalog supply and in this catalog the various detail and description of the products are given. Then there are vertical market, that is the industrial trade fair, etc. By visiting that company may get the information regarding suppliers. Then spot market, that is the market in which all the goods and materials, etc. are sold. Then there are some private exchanges or the portals from where the buyers and supplier can meet with each other. Then e-procurement or website, such website, etc. So company may go for this kind of sources to identify the various source of suppliers. After finalizing one supplier that may provide our information, a marketer or a company or a manager may go for suppliers visit to see and check whether the suppliers is able to provide goods as per our requirement, to examine the suppliers' production facilities or manufacturing facilities, etc. Sometimes company may ask for any kind of changes, customized changes to suppliers at a time of providing goods. So here a part of a process is completed. Now moving further, there are other points also in this process. This will be discussed in the next session. Have a nice day. Goodbye.